My name is Alexis Hernandez, and I'm the Virtual Content Specialist for Social Studies Grades K through 2 Special Ed. This video is going to be a video for teachers to use that will provide them with a modification to the first grade Unit 3, Day 16 and 17 lesson plans that are provided through the Passport to Social Studies curriculum. So when you go to the Passport to Social Studies curriculum, you'll see that days 16 and 17 are all about different types of maps and the different features that different kinds of maps give us. What kind of information do they give? How are they similar? How are they different? And what can we use these different maps for? After a pretty thorough lesson, the students work on some basic map skills like directions, and then they go into specific types of maps. For example, they learn about physical and political maps. They learn about transportation maps. And they start to think about the ways that these maps are similar and the ways that these maps are different. Now, this lesson plan goes across 2 days. It's 16 and 17. So this video is going to provide you with a modification that you can use on day 17. So after the students get information on the different kinds of maps, they study specifically the political and physical maps of New York State, because that is where the curriculum lies. They look at New York State and they look at a New York City transportation map. At the end of day 17, the students embark on a little share. They have to share how maps help us learn information, and they have to share the similarities and the differences between political and physical maps, and the similarities and differences between political and transportation maps. Now, as per the curriculum, if you are teaching synchronously, providing time for students to come together in little groups, pair up, and verbally share these ideas is a great option. Otherwise, the students can volunteer to share things digitally, and they can have conversations with their peers. But for some of our students that might need a different modification, a share like this could be challenging for friends that might not have the best verbal skills, maybe for friends that are nonverbal, or for kids that have some expressive language concerns that they need different modifications for. So in order to help those struggling learners be able to tackle this share, I created 2 different Venn diagram graphic organizers that will help them be able to show their learning and show their understanding. So for example, instead of just having a conversation, maybe in a think, pair, share, or in a group or a breakout room, whether in the classroom or remotely, instead of having a conversation about the differences between political and physical maps, I've created a Venn diagram graphic organizer that the students can use to jot down the differences between political maps and physical maps. This gives them a chance to show their understanding and show what they have learned in this unit, but in a more concrete way, something that they might be able to tackle better than just speaking about it. In the same regard, I've made a similar Venn diagram that compares political maps and transportation maps. The students are also asked to share the similarities and differences between a political map and a transportation map. The same thing, some students have expressive language issues or trouble sort of compiling their thoughts and then expressing them to show their understanding verbally. So we can give them this kind of Venn diagram where they can share what they've learned about political maps and transportation maps, and this will allow them to show their understanding. So again, in the Social Studies Grade 1, Unit 3, Day 16 and 17 lesson plan, the students at the end of day 17 are asked to show some of their understanding in the form of a share, rather than having students only have the option to share their understanding verbally in groups or in shares, I've given students the option to show their learning and understanding through these two Venn diagrams as well. And when they are presented with this option, they can either jot down the similarities and differences, they can use drawings to show the similarities and differences, but this will give them another pathway to showing their understanding. So these two documents are a great way to modify this lesson plan, Unit 3, days 16 and 17, giving all of our students access to sharing their understanding and their thinking with others. Thank you.